Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And I like to make cards. I like to send cards. I like to share cards with people. And I really like to help people make cards. That's my jam. So tonight we're going to make some cards with a Stampin' Up! Kit. And I love the kits. They're all inclusive. So that means really all you need is a little pair of scissors and then you're ready to get started. Some people like to switch out their favorite adhesive instead of the adhesives that are in the kit. But really, you don't have to. You can just use the kits the way they are. So we're going to take a look at this kit tonight, and I'm going to try to make some alternative cards with the kit on the fly. So let me show you the kit. The one thing I did was look up what colors are in the kit so that I could grab some papers that might coordinate. So this is the Loveliest Wishes Kit, and this is how the kit will come when you get it. You open it up the box, and in the box is a shrink wrapped kit. Now this kit doesn't have any stamping, so there's no stamp set and no ink spot. Those generally aren't in the package. They're just sitting on top. Hi, Deb. Thanks for watching. I know my friend Deb has made several kits. Have you made this one, Deb? This is a very clean and simple card kit. There's a lot of white on white, although we may change that up a little bit. I'll make one of each card as directed, and then we'll see what else. So the pictures are kind of hard to see. So let's take a look at what comes in this kit. Now, there's some people that even use the tissue paper on cards later on. I don't often do that. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. These are some vellum pieces. It's hard to tell. I think this is the front. There are 3 cards that are square in this. I'm not sure you could mail the 3 cards. I think they might be ones you'd want to give on top of a gift or in a gift bag. Hi, Carol. So the sentiments come in different languages, English, French, and maybe German, maybe Dutch. So we'll see what we do with those. I think we'll use the English ones. And then we have card bases, and it looks like these card bases, 6 of them are all the same. And then we have envelopes. They have a nice texture to them. They are white, but they're not just plain white. Hi, Jerry. Um, and then this piece has some gold flecking on it, and this one is a plain piece. So the first thing I will do is get the elements to make one of each card. So let's go ahead and do that. So for the square card, I need the pieces that it shows right here. So it's one of these with the speckles. It's one of the flower pieces of vellum. It's really, yeah, I think that's right side up. And a happy and a birthday from here. So these are really nice. They have, they look like they're gold embossed. There's the happy. That's really pretty. Oh, you've mailed the square ones. Oh, that's great to know. I can always ask at my post office if I decide to do that. There's the happy and the birthday. Let's get the other 2 put together. So I need one of these. This one has some soft sea foam flowers. And this one's going to have, the third one's going to have a couple of these, as well as a beautiful daisy. And I need some vellum flowers for this one. And do I need anything else for that one? I need a cheers and I need a birthday wishes. Cheers for that one and birthday wishes for this one. Okay, let's get the rest of this stuff out of the way for now. You do need a little bit of space to kind of spread out, or at least I do. That's how I like to make things. I like to have a little bit of room. Although if you ever saw my craft table, you'd think I was lying because I clutter it up with so much stuff. I have piles. I have 4 kits piled up to my right. I'm not even sure which kits they are or if they're empty kit boxes. So here are my dimensionals, here are glue dots, and here is some bling. Oh, and you do need a bone folder. It's handy to have a bone folder. So here is the square card. So we are going to put this on like that with some dimensionals. I was going to switch out for the bigger dimensionals, but I'm going to be true to the kit and go with what is in the kit. There are mini dimensionals in this one. Some of them have the bigger dimensionals. Okay. Let's take those backs off. This is really nice, thick paper. It almost feels like a watercolor paper. It's really quite lovely. And it's good to check that your card is opening the right way. I think we've all done that. Okay, and so vellum is tricky where you put your adhesive in your glue dots because it will show through the vellum. So I'm going to look at how they have us doing this. So this happy goes on like that. So I'm going to put my glue dots. I'm going to put the happy on first, and then I'm going to put my glue dots behind where the happy goes so they won't show through. They have both of these layers popped up, and I don't like to pop up 2 layers on top of each other. It gets a little thick, and then sometimes you have to pay extra postage for that. Hi, Michelle. No worries. I won't fine you for being late. Let's see if I can keep that straight. And this doesn't look like it really wants to go straight, but I'm going to try. I really feel like it wants to go up at an angle. They did not do it at an angle. I can't do it. I'm going to have it go up a little bit. It's my card. I can do it. So now I can see that I can put some glue dots right here where they won't show because the happy will be blocking them. And that's a good thing. I think 3, whoa, should be enough. Okay, so then we're going to put that there. And I'm going to use the glue dots also with my birthday instead of popping that up. I just think it will be too bumpy, too lumpy. Okay. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for joining us. It's really like 8 o'clock by our bodies, ladies, with this daylight savings time. I'm doing good to still be making sense and be awake. So there is a happy birthday card. Now I am going to need to sneak a dimensional in over here to hold that part down. So I'm going to take off the top of this one, and I kind of poke it onto my take your pick tool and then get it lined up right under there, which I did not do correctly. There we go. And then put that on. So that's the first one. Happy birthday. It's really pretty. That's a petal pink or maybe a calypso coral. They say petal pink, and so I grabbed petal pink cardstock. Yep, I think that's petal pink. That is the first one. And now if I can find where I put, oh, I covered them up. Here is the second one. So let's fold that one. I almost folded it the wrong way. I am not in my PJs yet. I held off. Okay, so this one gets these two lovely pieces adhered together. This one on here with glue dots. It's a nice little vellum. And our sentiment's going to go over these glue dots, so that will be okay. So you think you find those dimensional papers everywhere. These little glue dot covers show up everywhere too. Oh, Fat Boy is coming to say hi to everybody. Oh, yes, Fat Boy, you saying hi? He is. No, you're not saying hi. All right, so this one is going to go right in the middle there with some dimensionals. This one is super quick and easy. I guess the other one would have been too if I could get my happy on there just right. Okay. So this one goes like that. And then the birthday wishes is going to go on top right there. Sometimes you get a little nub where this comes out of the paper. I just rub them off either with my scissors or my nail or my eraser. Whoops. Put a couple of these on. These are nice and sticky, these glue dots. I happen to like them a lot. It is so dark out here already. Jerry, is it as dark as midnight where you are? And then this one has some of these gems on it. And these almost look like those druzy gems, but they're not quite as raised, or they're not nearly as raised. But they're very sparkly. I like them. I don't know why I'm using that end of my take your pick. And there is the second card. Also very, very pretty. All right. And then the third one is this one with a daisy. I think we all think of our friend Joanne when it comes to daisy. Oh, it's dark there too, huh, Jerry? And I need one of these. I didn't take out one of the mats. Here we go. This card has a smaller mat right there. And so they've popped up the mat and then they pop up these little things. I think I will not pop up the mat. So I'm going to go ahead and use my liquid glue on that because it will take forever with those little glue dots. I'm going to put this down, but I will pop these up and the cheers. So Deb says she snips them off. Yeah, you can kind of get them with your scissors too. All right, let's put some dimensionals on these. And then we'll get to the crafty part where we'll get our creative juices going. They really are elegant cards. They're very, very pretty. Very elegant. So these are kind of staggered. One, and then the cheers in the middle. I'm not going to take those off just yet. I'm going to do this one next. Okay, and then we'll put this one right in the middle. But a little offset. And then this is going to get a dimensional under one of the flowers. Well, I didn't plan that very well. And I don't want it to cover up my cheers, so I'm a little close to the edge, but that's all right. So I'm going to put a dimensional. I think I'm going to need to cut this one. Whoops, I got it stuck to my scissors now. On one petal. Oops. Come on, why aren't you sticking there? Oh, I don't know what I did to that one. We'll grab the other half. Maybe that one will cooperate better. Sticking well to my finger. Okay, and we'll do a dot on part of it that sits on the word cheers, or on the bottom one right here. There we go. Well, that's not going to work. I need a dimensional on that. I'm going to cut a little piece off of the edge. I think that will work better for me. Dimensional surgery. Does anybody else do dimensional surgery? And then have it stick to your finger. There we go. And I can probably stick something under. Oh, I want to just take the top off. Oh, now I've got it stuck to my glass mat, but at least I separated it. I'm going to roll it a little bit. Can you see that? So I've rolled it so it's smaller. And I'm going to use my scissors to work it under the stem. There we go. And so there is our flower. Very pretty. So now let's do something a little bit different. Here's a card base. And let's get the two leafy things, the second card we made. So here's the original. We'll get one of these. And we'll get one of these. So we could put something in back of that. So I went looking on the website and it said that Petal Pink and Soft Seafoam went with this kit. And then I remembered that the Kintsugi Imperfections paper has the same colors in it. Petal Pink. I thought that gold might be pretty. This has got a few of the colors. So I was thinking about using something behind this to dress it up a little bit. So there's some Petal Pink behind it. Let's see. Here is more soft sea foam, but I think that's a little too much soft sea foam. But we could put it on paper like that. Oh, on that. Let's get this other color out from underneath it. That's kind of pretty. I'm going to just go through all the options here. It gets lost on that, I believe. And I don't think that background adds anything to it. The other thing we could do is some ink blending on there. But I think I kind of like it with the Petal Pink behind it. And I was also wondering if, I'll move some of that stuff out of the way, if I could color this a little bit with a Stampin' Blend. This is the dark seafoam, so I'm going to start right there. And I wondered if they gave us an extra one of those. They do not. But this will get covered up by the sentiment. So that's even with the dark on there. The seafoam is pretty light, so it hardly changes that color at all. And if we do the Petal Pink, I don't think that's going to show up there. Maybe we should blend a darker color green on there. But to do that, I'm going to see if I can put this back in here to hold it in place. No, it goes, which way does it go? It goes this way. Okay, let me get, I have the soft seafoam, but I think that's going to be too light. We could try Old Olive. And Calypso Coral is a little bit darker than the, I'm going to try Calypso Coral. I'm going to go bold. Oh, Michelle says gray. Oh, gray might be really pretty. Hmm. Well, I'm going to go with a little bit more color, but gray is a good option. I'm going to try a little Calypso Coral. I'm looking for my scrap paper to put under here. Okay. So let's go lightly. And if we don't like it, we could always add some gray to it. Okay, so it doesn't look like I added a ton, but I think, oh, now I've lost my green one. Is it stuck to me? Is it on the floor? Where did it go? Oh, here it is on top of my blends. So now that has a little bit of color. I think I like it. Just, whoops, not paying attention. Just like that. That gets the words birthday wishes. You could color your words also with a blending brush or with your blends. Let's see what happens. Let's color it in a different language. We'll do French, I think. And this is the light, soft sea foam. And let's color it and see if we like it. The gold will resist the color. Oh, I have something hanging on. Okay. So here's soft sea foam compared to just the white. Oh, and that's really pretty in the soft sea foam. So I think I'll do that to the birthday wishes. I was going to say I'll just use that one, but I don't know anybody that speaks French. There's a big thread on the end of my Stampin' Blend. It's driving me crazy. I've done 2 coats because it dries kind of light. All right, so let's put some glue dots on this. The real mess is beginning now, ladies. I've got stuff everywhere. This is a new embossing folder, by the way. This is, thank you, Courtney, bonjour. This is, I had to write it down. What's the name of it? Beautiful Pattern Embossing Folder. It's part of a new suite that will be available on November 4th, just a couple days. I guess that's Tuesday. And it's part of the Petals of Beauty suite, and it's really pretty. I'll pick it up and show it to you up close again. So it's got some dots and diamonds and then little flowers in the center. So it adds a nice background. And I just cut this 5 1/4 by 4. We'll put that on. And then I'm just going to use glue to put this on instead of those little dots. I wish I did not pop that up. Can I get that off? There we go. Yeah. It's too wiggly wobbly being popped up. Maybe I'll pop up the whole thing. It's glued to my finger as we speak. I can mail my left hand with the card. Okay, and then let's put some dimensionals over that glue. There we go. I think that might be better. Did we do the other one all flat? We might have. So this one has a little bit of color added to the vellum. and some color added to the sentiment as well. Just a little bit of something. Oh, here's the card. So here it is compared to the original. I know, Courtney, this time last year you were here, and pretty soon you'll be here again. Yay! I can't wait. We were at Michelle's this time last year. Yep. So this one gets the cheers. And let's see some of these. Two of these. And a flower. And a mat. I was wondering about tearing the edges of this mat or maybe just inking. Let's just ink around the edge a little bit. What do you think? Would you do soft sea foam or would you do the petal pink around the edge? Or we could do a little color. Could do a little color under there and then rip the edge. I think I'm going to go with a little color. And I think I'm going to go, let's do the soft seafoam since we did a little pink. Yeah, Michelle. Oh, Michelle says pink. Petal pink. Oh, I did Calypso Coral, didn't I? Instead of petal pink on those other ones. Huh. All right, Michelle, I'm going with petal pink. And rip it. Oh. I did think ripping it would be nice. A little edge. I don't want to take too much off. Maybe we'll just do one edge. We'll do the edge away from the sentiment in the flower, like that. I think that's what we'll do. But we'll do a little pink. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have much Calypso Coral on there. Okay. Little petal pink. Just around the edges. Inking is makeup for paper. Ah. Well, you know how much makeup I wear. Not much. Okay. So we can do that. And then we would have, I'm going to go more in the middle this time. I think I was too close to the edge. That, but now I think this looks a little plain under there. We could put a soft sea foam piece like that. Or maybe just a plain soft sea foam. I don't have a mat cut, do I? What's over here? This is a smaller piece. Whoa. Almost lost my pieces. Ah, could do something like that. I think I'm going to leave these other ones off on this one. Get those little nubs off. and just do the cheers maybe on top of that. Do you like the half piece of green or soft sea foam, I should say, or do you like the full piece of soft sea foam under there? Or without the color. Yeah. Michelle, did you see that? I just put those at the top, right as you typed that, I think. Yeah. I think I'm going to rip this because it's showing the wrong side. I think I don't like this inked. So I think I'm just going to rip a new edge here. Deb says half. I think I'm going to do something like that. These almost remind me of little bits of washi tape holding that on together. I think I'm going to go with that. That flower is a little pale. What do you think? Should we add some color to that flower? If we don't like it, we do have one other flower, but I do think it looks a little pale on that. Let's color the flower, but I'm going to go a little darker. Let's get a Calypso Coral blend. Here, and we'll test it. We'll test it on this paper. That's what we'll do. Oh, I think that will look pretty. I'm going to color it. I don't know if anybody's screaming, "Don't do it," but I'm doing it. Maybe I'll have to add a little soft sea foam to the stem, kind of get the same intensity. I'll do my light soft sea foam. Whoops, that's pretty dry. I might need new soft sea foam blends. All right, that's how we're going to do it. That's my final. This is not a suite, Julie. This is the Loveliest Wishes Kit. So this was the kit card, the way Stampin' Up! Designed it, and now I'm making an alternative card. Thank you, Deb. The white on white is very elegant, and I do like the kit made that way as well. But it's fun to play with it also and use it to get creative. All right, I'm going to put this on with a whole, oh my gosh, these are just sticking to my fingers. Oh, that one does not want to come off. My skin is so dry this time of year. They just stick away. Okay. And tell me, should I make an alternative for the square card or should we leave it the way it is? You like the soft sea foam on there? Oh, I'm glad. My backs are not coming off. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to put my flower on first. I'm going to use a little bit of glue. And I'm going to go right in the middle. Oh, I like that with a little color on it. I hope you do too. Should we leave that cheers white or should we color it? And I'm going to put these on the edges, almost like some washi tape. I'm sorry, I have to switch to my glue instead of those little fidgety glue dots. They just take too long. And of course, they don't have any wiggle room. We like to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Anybody have an opinion on the cheers? So here's one that we colored. I think I'll leave this one plain. Can I move that a little bit? There we go. Okay. Do we want to pop it up? No, it'll be too much. Lightly color the edges. Oh. Let's do just a little. Smudge with the blending brush. There we go. Just a bit of color. Just a little color on there. Okay. Let's do something with this last one. I have to be fair and make an alternative for all three cards. So these two, the alternative and the original. All right, so for this one, I'm thinking I want to put it on a full-size card base. So I'm going to use a soft seafoam card base with, let me find my pieces over here, a piece like that. And it has one of these. And it has a happy. It doesn't want to come out. A happy and a birthday. Okay. So we could go like that. It's a square, so it's not going to help to turn it a different way. We could put a little piece, would cut this, but just to see, could put a little piece of something behind it. I think what I would like to do is cut this. This is, I'm going to have it add up to 5 1/4. So 1 1/4, as the square is 4. 1 1/4 by 4. And let's emboss this with something, and we'll put it right there on the bottom or on the top. Oh, we could turn it this way. Oh, I could have made it a book fold card, but I think we'll go like Yeah, I think we'll put it over there. Let me just emboss this. I'll use that beautiful pattern embossing folder again. Okay. So we'll put that right there. And then this, how do I want those dots? And our flowers. And happy birthday. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Michelle, to save those dots. So this will look almost like a book fold card, but it's going to open like that. So let's do that. Oh, look, I did double pop that up. I popped up the bottom and the words. That's not gonna, I don't know that that's gonna mail easily, but we'll see. I'm just gonna pop up the words this time. Whoa, was it not a square? I thought it was oh, it has to go up to that. That's right. I cut it with them touching. Oh, phew. Thought I had made a mistake there. Let's get this messy paper out of the way. So happy birthday. Yeah, just like that. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots. These are pretty good at being invisible. I'm going to hope that one's going to be invisible because my happy is not going to cover too much. And those glue dots are pretty much invisible on that. That's great. Now we'll pop this one up. I thought I would like some of the DSP with these, but I really like it better with just the cardstock. I don't know what you guys think, but. And so I have one more of each card to make, and then I will have 9 birthday cards to add to my stash. So that is good. You can never have too many birthday cards in your stash. Those birthdays just creep up on you. Okay, that's gonna go there, and a little glue at the other end. Happy birthday. Now I have a few gems left over. This one's got the gold on it. I think this one could use a couple of gems. Or maybe we'll put them off to the side just a little bit. so they won't poke through the envelope. And maybe one, I don't know, right there. And let's put a couple on this one. These remind me of also of the ones that come with the strawberry slush and the pretty in pink. I have some of those I could use on the last card. I just pulled that off of its glue dot. Let's see if I can put it back on. No, we'll use this one. Oh, wow, I'm having my challenges with these tonight, huh? There we go. All right, so there we have the original and an alternate for each of the cards. And I'll probably finish them up with one more of the originals, just because that will be a little bit quicker. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that kit. Stampin' Up! Has a challenge for demonstrators this month, and the challenge is to sell 10 kits. So if you would like to purchase a kit, I would be happy to sell one to you, and I will hold a kit together on Zoom in December for everybody that sells a kit. We'll get together and we can make them together and maybe share ideas for alternative cards. So I'd be happy to help you with kits if you'd like one. All right. Thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday night, and I'll be back later in the week. Bye-bye.